Welcome to Fifth Third Stadium, home to the Kennesaw State Owls. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers will get us started with the opening kickoff. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Kennesaw State's offense will get the first possession of the game. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do...
He's loose. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Owls. And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Western Kentucky's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice.
Turning it on! How about that weight room work he's showing off there as he gets across the 20? They'll mark it at the 22. Wants to throw on third down. Quickly out to the tight end. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. Smashes ahead. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Hilltoppers want to move quickly.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down. And they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field, making the nice tackle.
Powers through the defender.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll go to the air on third and short. Wide open downfield. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. They'll run play action. Finds his big tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quarterback on the keeper. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The Hilltoppers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Hilltoppers!
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he tacks on the extra point. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. Give to the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides to the back. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Sends it back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Durant. Working the middle. It's complete. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Kennesaw State right back to work.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! He's brought down a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. And what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
To the air on first down. Got his man on the outside. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Hilltoppers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quick strike complete. Inside the 15. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. The Hilltoppers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He wants to throw it again. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Toppers. Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Gets the back moving. Back to pass. It's Durant. Got his man. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Red pass hits complete. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Wants to return it. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Here's the pressure. Oh, and he got drilled as he just got rid of the football. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Western Kentucky is on top. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Hilltoppers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Typically, at this spot on the field, you make a fair catch. I'd call that risk aversive, but it is good field position. Motion from the wideout. Not always the O-line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. To the air, it's Durant. The short hands, it's Goff. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. Back to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Prince. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. That's why the good Lord invented tight ends, isn't it, David? Get a good pickup on first down, open up the entire playbook.
And it just makes life so easy on...
Deep shot for the end zone. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. The receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. Plucks it out of the air. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. The Hilltoppers in the hurry up. They'll send the back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air.
Well, I understand what the quarterback's trying to do. He's trying to get it to his playmaker out there quickly in space, but I don't think he anticipated the linebacker beelining the way he did. It was almost as if the linebacker knew where the QB was going with the football.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. He's got the tight end. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Hilltoppers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on third and long from the 28. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. It's on target and complete. The Hilltoppers send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. From the shotgun, they'll run it. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back has it. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Durant. Just laid him a little too far across the sidelines. Couldn't make the catch in bounds. It's incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's gone.
Slant routes. They're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Kennesaw State.
anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was finished off by a terrific 26-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And the Hilltoppers will hustle to the line. Third down play from the gun. Makes the catch. It's Rousseau. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Punt is in the air on 4th down. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Looking downfield, it's Durant. Got the quick pass. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Unloads quickly. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the right. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Didn't get much on 1st down and 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Hilltoppers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Punt is on its way. Wants to bring it back. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They'll go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away.
Western Kentucky.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Going to sling it on second down. Flips it out in the flat. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. Makes the grab on the left. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Hilltoppers will try to pin them back with the punt. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw. It's Durant. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. Past the first down marker and still running.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. That's caught. It's gone. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say this has been a fun watch so far in Kennesaw. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Fifth Third Bank Stadium.
Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He'll work his way up to the 24-yard line before being shoved out of bounds. The Hilltoppers will call on their punt team. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. Rides the back and leaves it on the option.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll run it from the gun. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. Looking downfield, it's Durant. Makes the grab, it's Chung. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains, it's at the 37. Kennesaw State coming out with another 1st down. They're going to run it. Sweet cut there.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Ball at the 31, third and short coming, defense trying to rise up. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This field goal attempt is going to be an even 50-yarder. It doesn't always have to be pretty, and that one wasn't, but somehow he hooked it just into that left corner. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Got it in the middle. It's Brown.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Going to take a shot on second and short. Bringing the heat. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on third and short, and it did not work against this defense. Kick is in the air. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking for a man. It's Durant. He's got him. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. Stop is made at the 35-yard line. A 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Owls! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he's able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. West Virginia is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Baylor. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this Big 12 clash of the Titans, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. And the Hilltoppers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Wants to fire on second down. Here's a heat. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Hilltoppers come to the line with a new set of downs.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. You already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
And the Hilltoppers can really attack on this second and short. Rushes on him. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this third and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Taking it the other way. He's at the 10. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that.
Yeah, how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
Western Kentucky, 14.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass on second down. Fires to the big fella. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. The give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down.
Holding. Offense.
So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Hilltoppers decide to punt it away. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. It'll be a draw. Spins away from the defender. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. We've reached the break. It's Kennesaw State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Caught in the backfield, it's Chung. Across the 45. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They go right back to him. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Running to the left. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass, it's Durant. Got the tight end outside. Touchdown, Kennesaw State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple of games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. They'll try the run. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Hilltoppers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. Fighting off the defender. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. They're going to ride this running back. Man, you got to get hats around this dude. He finds the crease. He's down to the 27. The Hilltoppers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Makes the grab down the middle. There he goes. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pressure coming. He's got it wrapped up.
And the defense just gets their 4th sack of the day. And guess what? This offensive line, they gave up 4 last week, too. So you needed some consistency up front. Make sure you protect that QB that can make those big plays for you.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And you could easily argue the biggest reason this team is trailing here in the second half is because they have not been able to protect their quarterback tonight. They've already given up 5 sacks in the game, and you just saw another one right there. This offensive line has had problems all night long.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, it's Durant. Working that left side. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Scott. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? He'll keep it on the sneak. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Kennesaw State will have to punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Flips it out on the screen. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Quick release on the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Hilltoppers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Brown. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Makes a man miss. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.